We came out today to look at this beautiful 18-foot Boston whaler here, and the boat was pretty oxidized here. And we showed the customer what we could do, different types of levels of polishing we can do. We did it with our rotary polisher to cut it, and it still had a lot of that haze in there, a lot of the oxidation in there. That's sort of then what wet sanding or dam sanding would do. And what that's going to do is actually going to cut all the oxidation out of there. That way we can polish it all the way out, finish it out with our DAs, and make this thing look brand new. So after they saw the results between the sanding and just the regular cutting, they went ahead and go with the sanding on here. We're going to be sanding it with our DA. We're going to be cutting it with our rotary. We're going to be finishing it with our dual action again. And then we're going to be sealing it up with our 1-year Charlie ceramic coating.
Hey there, fellow aviators and detailers. Welcome to my channel, The Plane Detailer, where we embark on an incredible journey around the globe, diving deep into the art of aircraft detailing. I'm Brandon, owner of Sparrowhawk Houston and a proud trainer for the Aviation Detailing Association, known as the ADA. Join me as we explore the world of aviation and I share tips, tricks, and techniques to keep these antique beauties in pristine condition. Let me be your guide as we go about preserving these magnificent flying machines that are truly pieces of art. So buckle up and hit that subscribe button to follow along on this adventure. Let's preserve the legacy of these aircraft together, one detail at a time. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a little bit different than what we normally post because we don't normally do a ton of boats these days. Most of our work is focused elsewhere in aviation, but this one hits close to home. This is a 25-year-old Boston whaler that we restored, and honestly, boats like this are a big part of what got me into detailing in the first place. Back when I was in Florida, this kind of work was a foundation. So anytime we get the chance to come back to my roots and bring a boat back to life, it's always a good time. Now this Boston whaler is a single owner boat, and that matters. The owner has taken care of it over the years, but the maintenance has been mostly waxing, and that's super common. A lot of people do what they've always done. Wash it, buff it, wax it, keep it moving. The problem is, Gelcoat doesn't stay perfect forever, and oxidation doesn't care how many coats of wax you put on it. Wax can make it look better temporarily, but it can't fix what's happening underneath the surface. So the customer booked us for what they call a buff and wax. And that's usually how these jobs start. Someone thinks it just needs a quick polish and it'll pop again. But we don't guess on jobs like this. Before we commit to a process, we always go out, inspect the surface in person, and perform test spots. That's the only way to identify what the boat actually needs to look right. Not just look better, but look right. So once we arrived, we did a full walk around and started setting expectations. We looked at the gel coat, we looked at the haze, we looked at the oxidation, and we picked a few areas to run controlled test spots. And this is where the truth always shows up. Because on camera and from a distance, oxidation can look like something a heavy buff will remove. But once you start correcting it, you find out really fast whether the haze is sitting on the surface or if it's deeper in the gel coat. So we ran our initial test spot with a buffing approach, and it improved it, but it didn't solve it. We were still left with that dull, cloudy haze that just would not fully clear up. And that's the moment where you have to make a decision. You can keep buffing and buffing and buffing, and all you're going to do is generate heat, stressing the surface, and chasing a result that isn't going to gum. Or you can step back and say, alright, this isn't a buffing job. This is a sanding restoration. And that's what this boat needed. So we explained to the customer, due to the level of oxidation, a buff wasn't going to temporarily remove the haze. We wanted this thing to look crisp again, like it should. We had to level the surface properly. That means sanding.
Okay, finishing up the outside of the sanding here. Sanding the top rail here. We have teeth on the inside. Polish the inside of the boat here. And then if we go on the other side here, we have Cameron on the other hole, polishing the other, or sanding down the other hole here.
Once the sanding was complete, the next step is removing sanding marks. And because we're only dealing with 1500 grit sanding marks, we choose a low-lint lambswool pad on the rotary to cut those marks out efficiently. Wool on a rotary is a classic combo for this kind of work because it cuts fast and it clears sanding marks well. It also has a great finish on this gel coat. As long as you're using the right product and you're controlling your technique, you're in good shape.
All right, we're back on day 2 of this Boston whaler right here. We had the customer move the boat so that we could then clean, sand, polish everything where the straps were at. So as you can see here, he has moved that. So now we'll polish out the rest of it. And you can kind of see also where we got to yesterday here. There's another part that has to be sanded, polished out. And keep working on the top side here. See the inside there looking nice and glossy. Keep working on the inside. Started on this side here. We'll work our way down as well to this whole inside looking just as good as the outside. All right, now that we're gonna get into the majority of the polishing on the inside of the boat, went ahead and taped off everything on the inside that is metal, that touches the gel coat, that we don't push that metal polish or the metal residue when the buffer hits it onto the white gel coat there. And I'm gonna start sanding down the spots here now that where the boat was moved and polish all that out, and then that'll be ready, and then hop on the inside and keep going with the teeth here.
Now for the cutting stage, we use our Skyglide cut polish on the rotary polisher. This is where you really start to see the transformation. The surface goes from that sanded, dull look to clarity coming back panel by panel. But we're not done after the rotary cutting, because rotary work, even when it's done correctly, can leave behind holograms. That's just part of the process, especially on gel coat where the surface can show everything depending on lighting and angles. So after the rotary cut, we refine. We followed up with our finished polish on our DA polisher. Using a blue foam CCS HDO pad, we were able to finish this out and make it look absolutely stunning. Now this step is all about finishing out the surface, removing any rotary haze or holograms, and dialing in the gloss so the boat looks clean from every angle. Not just in the shade, not just in one light, but everywhere. And this is the part I love, because once the finished polish is done, the boat doesn't just look detailed, it looks restored. The color comes back, the depth comes back, and the gel coat finally looks like it's supposed to. Now we correct and refine. We always protect.
All right, all the sanding is done. All the cutting is done. Now we got Cameron and Latif finishing up the polish of this thing. Now that we got all the polishing done, we're doing wrench down, scrub down to kind of just get all the polish that we definitely use on this off and down. And then we'll come in here tomorrow and we'll prep everything and start coating everything. And while the guys are doing that, I'm going to be on the floating raft working on all. All right, we're back. Day 3. We have our solstice raft here. We're going to be putting that in the water there.
There's no point in doing all this work and then leaving the gel coat exposed to the elements or putting a wax back on this. So we finished this detail with our 1-year ceramic coating. Ceramic coating seals up the gel coat and gives it a protection that will last throughout the year, and the plan is to come back next year and reapply. That way the owner isn't stuck in a cycle of constant oxidation and constant heavy correction. We're building a maintenance plan that keeps the boat looking right without having to go aggressive every time. Now, because this boat was on a lift, we did have to use our floating dock to get the back transom area polished and cleaned up and sanded all the way down on this boat, but it's all good. We got that taken care of, so now the boat all blends. And then I went ahead and recoated the whole bottom from the water line up to the middle part of his hull as well. Gave him some more extra protection on there, and this customer is all good to go.
Okay, we're wrapping up the ceramic coating. It's time to pull all the blue tape off of here and run around with the G6 and polish up all the Brightwork. That'll be literally the last finishing touch on this thing. This thing's all wrapped up.
And the best part of all this, the customer's reaction. He was absolutely thrilled with how it turned out, and this is what he had to say about the detail.
My name is Ralph Green. I've owned this 18-foot Boston whaler for 25 years. It's been a great boat, but it was really looking rough. I hired Sparrowhawk to come detail it. It came out a lot better than I even thought was possible. It looks like it's almost brand new, and to tell you the truth, I just can't believe it.
And before we wrap this up, I want to say this. If you like boat content, stay tuned. Because after spending the last 3 days working on this boat, we've actually got a few more jobs lined up out here now, and we'll be posting some more sanding restoration jobs in the upcoming weeks. So if you're into gel coat correction, oxidation removal, sanding, rotary work, and seeing these older boats brought back the right way, you're going to want to subscribe and keep an eye out for the next videos. If you enjoyed this one, hit the like button, drop a comment, and tell me what you want to see next, and I'll catch you in the next restoration.